Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's live stream. It's going to be a little bit different because we don't have Shannon this morning. So we'll hope Colonel Murphy doesn't join us. But we have a lot of people in chat. And it's going to be a little short show because we only have two people because technical difficulties and snow has interfered with our lives. So let's jump into the intro.
Hey everybody, I'm Brian.
Hello everybody, this is Joe G.
Hey, I'm Shannon.
Hi, I'm Ron.
Hey, this is Steve.
Oh, and we can't forget about Marcel. Oh, hey.
It's you.
Oh, it's me. Hey. Hey, good morning, everybody. This is going to be a little different show. We're kind of doing an improv with just Simon and me. I want to welcome everybody, back. And we got a lot of people in chat. We got Claude at the Cowboy Valley and Timberline Railroad, Rick K, Sean McGee. Oh, let's see. And my computer froze up. Go figure that one out. Yeah. Okay. We've got Bill at New Fenris Railroad. Oh man, Dale, PRR guy, Gary Corbin. And oh boy, the list goes on. Welcome back. We kind of got a short show this morning.
Well, I saw something in chat today that so let's get ready, folks, because we're coming live from around the globe to your front lobe.
Yeah, Sean McGee. How about that one, man? Coming live from around the globe to your frontal lobe, back on track. That's our new intro.
Scrap the old one. That'll do.
Yeah. Hey, if anybody wants to jump in on do a live thing on the Google Hangouts, we're cool with that. Love to talk to you.
Yes. Yeah.
Anybody,
please let us know
anybody
down
down for that? Let's see. We got CDP 1965. Awesome, man. We're gonna do that.
We'll do that
Train Mountain deal.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
we
let's.
Also got Roy H. Container Man. Good morning.
Morning, guys.
Dwight Curley. Good morning. Holy man, we got everybody. Yeah, Chuck, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a meet and greet at Train Mountain. That's for sure.
Well, let's discuss today's topic because I think we have some pretty exciting topics this morning. So today's topic, we're talking about track work, scenery, power systems, and wiring. So we're going off the fact, like, what's your favorite part of model railroading? What do you enjoy most? What gives you the most enjoyment of doing it? And it doesn't have to be model railroading like HO or in scale. It can be full size railroading and rail fanning because that's still a form of model railroading for sure. And I know a lot of people who do that instead of model railroading because they find more joy chasing trains down highways and following them with a camera, and that's completely fine because that's still rail fanning.
That I agree. Yeah, and actually, I've got quite the the wide range of model railroading because I do N scale and I do 1.5-inch scale right on trains. So that's kind of a broad scope. I used to do full size trains, did that for a living. So yeah, that's yeah. Okay, hang on a second. Okay.
And remember, you can always use 50 pounds of sculpt mode on your railroad, and it'll fix any mistake you've ever made. And then your friends will never let you live that joke down.
I can't wait to see you try to move that railroad.
Never gonna happen.
When are we gonna see it?
Next week.
Next week. Oh, good morning, Norman. I just see Norman in chat.
Norman Rowe. We got who else?
We got Black Falcon Models. Oh, Leslie Gilpin. Good morning from the UK. That is awesome. How are you doing this morning? Well, I want to, well, here, we're going to do this since, let's see. Okay. We're talking giveaways. And can't tell you what it is, but we got plans. I got a mail call. So this is going to go out to the community at some point.
Yes, we have
Good.
very special plans.
Yeah, I think that might have been given away, but I don't know. Hey, good morning, Wilmer.
Yeah, and as you guys know, I posted earlier in chat, but we're doing something called a traveling boxcar. Within a nutshell, we're sending out a boxcar to you guys. You take pictures of, and it's going to travel around the globe, hopefully to your front lobe. Actually, not to your front lobe, to your front railroad. And there's your front porch. There we go. There's a link in chat. I'll post it again where you can sign up. It essentially just gives us your information. We're not going to share it with anyone. It's just for us, so we know who to send it to, and we can keep track of the boxcar so nothing happens. And there's more detailed report will come in if you sign up for it. We'll send out an email with a more detailed report for people to sign up, and it'll also come in a notebook for you to put down some information just about like what you did with it once you get it. There's very detailed instructions that our Shannon wrote. And if you
it's
haven't,
going to be like a yearbook,
yeah,
basically. And our buddy Joe G's going to be doing the painting of it, so
yeah,
it's going to be perfect. I guarantee it.
oh yeah, perfection, only perfection from him.
Okay, so we also got barn full of trains in here. Very cool. Fred Wild. Okay.
So before we get into it, how's our audio, guys? How do we look? How's our video? Is there anything obviously wrong? Because this is, well, we don't have Shannon this morning, so I'm running the stream.
This is a test.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a test earlier in the week between both of us, and it worked out okay. But
yeah, I have
live, so
yeah, I have multiple hours of streaming on my channel that's private from testing it.
Well, you're lucky, Simon. You were going to be the only one this morning. I've had my power out for 3 days, so as of last night, I wasn't even sure I was even going to be here because I've been running on a generator because I don't get no internet when my power's out.
Yeah. Oh, so let's ask chat. What is your favorite part of model railroading? What do you enjoy most?
Let's see. Any problems on my end? Okay.
What's your favorite?
Come on, chat. Help us out here. Let's see. Well, Norman says audio's good, video's a little digitally distorted. Wilmer says it's working good. Shannon's gremlins must be sleeping with him. Well, that's a good thing. Actually, Shannon's at a baptism, and he really wanted to be here. We were talking to him this morning, and wished everybody well. So he wanted to be here. There was just wasn't going to happen. Okay, Dale, BRR guy, scenery and ballast and track ballasting. You know, it's funny. I don't mind ballasting either. I think that's kind of fun. So I'd agree with you.
Yeah.
On that one.
Yeah, that's definitely some of my favorite parts too. Just
I'm not sure scenery's my favorite so far. I haven't got that far. I've kind of enjoyed the track work because I keep changing it. So I guess that's my favorite part because I get it going and then I don't like it. Then you put in a double slip switch and it changes everything. So there you go.
Yeah, I think my favorite part's like building it from the ground up because when I restarted my layout, I guess over the summer or last fall, I was able to build everything from the ground up. So using new techniques like the Woodland Scenics risers, I've never used those before. Mm-hmm. Using actual cork, a lot better than foam. Flex track for the whole thing, soldering tracks, just doing it the right way. That was very enjoyable.
You know, Gary Corbin puts out, dare I say, bench work. You know, that I'm a woodworker, so I guess, yeah, I guess that could be another thing too.
Yeah.
You know, building the bench work. Or you could do like I do, just throw plywood out on your desk. Let's see.
So we
Well,
can
Claude
ask.
said there's no problem. Let's see. We got
Baptism at
Fred
2
Wild.
a.m.
Fred Wild enjoys building turnouts.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, again, does anyone want to join us? It's a little improv too, but we're welcome. We love guests on the show, and we have to do with what we have. So seriously, if anyone wants to join us, just let us know in chat, and we'll work that out and get you on later today. Well, in this show within like the next 30 minutes.
That would be good.
Yeah.
You know, on Fred Wild, I want to back up with the building the turnouts, because that actually brings me back to you know, track work a long time ago. You know, I used to hand lay HO track, and now, like, you know, Claude, you know, man, you are the hand laying god for track work. But my dad taught me how to lay track when I was a kid, and they built it in place. You guys are doing it now with jigs, and they're awesome. But I remember hand laying turnouts in place with gauges, and it's crazy how they do it now. But I've hand laid track. I don't think I ever want to do it again. One spike at a time. So yeah, you know, Claude, if you want to jump in with you know, your favorite part of hand laying track, because I know you build the turnouts. You know, do you enjoy, you know, laying the, you know, your right away, or building turnouts? Yeah, Gary says, I love building the bench work, figuring out elevations and distances. Yeah.
Yeah. Turnouts.
Fred Wild, I enjoy building turnouts. Okay. Looks like Container Man's phone is dying. Okay, Roy. Just as long as you keep two hands on the wheel. Let's see.
Well, shall we jump into our first topic, I guess? Because
yeah,
track work.
Yeah.
Let's talk about track work. What's your favorite aspect of track work? Yes, you have to answer this question. This is a test. It's not a test. Not a test.
You won't be graded.
You won't be graded. But like, there's lots of different ways to lay track work. There's hand laid. There's like the Atlas standard track, not flex track, whatever that's called. There's flex track. What other kind of tracks are there?
Well, you've got the Kata unit track.
Yep.
You know, and you know, Roy down in Panama, that's, you know, that's what he does, because he doesn't want to go through the trouble at his stage of, you know, even laying flex track, because that's a lot of work. If you just want to get your railroad going, that's a good thing. But you know, you got the flex track, the cork, and I think it's Bachman. It's Bachman something, but yeah, I don't know how anybody would want to lay N scale and lay track. So I think that goes back up to HO and higher. But my personal, I like the flex track because it gives you more options of layout design. I think the Kato unit track to me would be a little bit more restrictive as far as layout designs, but the ease of you know, being able to get trains up and running, I think that's you know, that would be a good thing for somebody in the beginning stages of the hobby to do.
Yeah.
And so we got anything in chat? Okay, let's see. Gary Corbin, love building bench work. Yep, yeah.
Yeah.
My chat's dead.
That's dead?
Yeah.
Huh. Answering a bunch of...
Oh, wait a minute. Here we go.
We actually have
Now
quite a few submissions. Or people want to send in their videos. I have 6 right here.
Oh, sweet.
Well,
Okay.
people asking for access. Apparently, my link didn't work. Now my internet's being bad.
James Braxton, he loves doing planning track work. Rick Kay uses Kata unit track.
Yeah.
Okay, Claude, yeah, he answered that question. He likes building the turnouts and laying track right now. That's his thing. Okay.
Yeah, and track work, it can take a while, and that's okay, because it's the basis of what your railroad runs on for most people. Some people just like building scenery, don't even build track. I've heard of people who do that. But if you build the track right, it'll help your layout run more efficiently and better. You won't get as much derailments.
Well, it's kind of funny. That kind of reminds me of an old story when I was a kid. I had a family member that he did HO, did some great scenery. I mean, it was a beautiful layout. It was huge. Took half his garage. Didn't run worth a darn because it used brass snap track, and the trains wouldn't run. It just, but the scenery was killer. I mean, it looked great.
Yeah.
But and that was his thing. It was, making it look real. You didn't want to run trains, I guess. Let's see. Hey, good morning, John 2618. Welcome. He says flex.
Flex track, yep.
Yeah, he said he'd like to hand lay one day with custom turnouts.
Yeah, and flex track's so nice because you can just bend it in any shape you want, but for the most part, and it's a lot easier than using predetermined track to go around corners and stuff.
Yeah, once you, I think with the flex, once you kind of figure it out and learn how to do it, I think it's a lot better. You got to learn how to do some soldering, for rail joints on curves. But that's, to me, that soldering has never been a problem. Once you learn how to do it. New Fenris, Bachman Easy Track. Okay.
Okay, for everyone who requested access to the Google form, give me a second. I'm trying to figure out everything. Why this is not working. Sure. Colonel Murphy's back.
Oh, no. No, he can't be here.
Oh, it's not letting me. I have like 6 people who requested it. And when I go on the web to try to find it, it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. We have no one who wants to jump in chat this morning? Wow, that's bad. I'm not jumping chat.
So I guess we have to make fools of ourselves by ourselves.
Yeah. Well, I guess are there any other aspects of track work that we're missing? Like, really anything, like planning it? I know that's a big aspect. Like, what apps do you guys, or do you do it on paper? How do you plan your track work? Because I know that was a big hurdle for me. I used a software, I forget what it's called, but it was really good because I was able to plan everything using FlexTrack, use my actual track, and at the end it would tell me how much I needed and where to get it for the cheapest price. I was able to just order straight from there.
Or you could do like me and just make it up as you go. Comes out of my head.
Yeah, and that was my first railroad. I had an idea. It was essentially just a figure 8 with a connecting loop. But yeah, I just made it up as I went, and it worked just fine.
Yeah, and then you get out of control. That's what I've done. So, anything else on track? We can go to scenery, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or we could go to the intermission and show that.
We still got like 10 minutes.
It might be a short show if we don't get somebody else in here.
Oh wait, I have something from Joe.
You got something from Joe? Where?
He said, I woke up late. My kids were up late last night. I asked him if he could join us. We might have Joe this morning.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be great.
That would be actually Joe. I'm gonna let the secret out, but Joe's gonna start trying to hand lay track.
Yes.
Just a little bit, because I sent him a bunch. I
Ooh.
sent him a bunch of rail, hand cut ties, and spikes to see what he does. Because I'm never gonna do it again. How many people out there have actually hand laid track? I'd be curious to know, because I know
never.
Claude does.
I've watched a whole ton of model railroading videos of how to hand lay track.
Yeah.
I've never done it though. Yeah, some of the model railroading videos, what was their switch layout they did last year? They did some handling track on those. Those videos were very good, very informative and good showing. Some of my favorite videos actually.
Well, I grew up. My dad belonged to a massive model railroad club in the Bay Area in California. It was at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. It was called the ACCR, the Alameda County Central Railroad. And this thing was probably, memory serves me correctly, was probably 30 feet by maybe 100. Thing was massive, and it was all hand laid track. I remember laying track for hours and hours, one spike at a time with needle nose pliers, and everything was done in place. I mean, no jigs. I wish that I had pictures of it, because even the ties, I remember hours on the table saw with my dad cutting railroad ties, and then they soaked them in creosote.
Wow.
And that's how they colored them. So the whole place smelled like, this faint little creosote. And just long ladder lines of hand laid switches. I think there was one that was probably 15, all in a straight line, that my dad did. My dad laid every one of them.
That's crazy.
And you can get out of control with hand laid track. That's why I'm never going to hand lay track again, ever. But let's see. Sean McGee, I'm using Atlas track, mostly flex, but I have concern about everybody's feelings of their turnouts. What do you mean by that, Sean? I'm curious.
Well, I mean, I think he might mean like how we've had problems with Atlas turnouts. I know I have. I had to replace my last railroad. I had worse of problems. Every time it went over, it would derail. So I was like, I am not getting Atlas turnouts. So I bought Pico turnouts.
Every one of mine is an Atlas turnout.
Oh, geez.
Second, every one. So at some point, who knows? Maybe I'm going to start putting out turnouts, but no, they're all Atlas, and it's only because of money. They're cheap. And
well, I found out when doing it that curved turnouts are insanely expensive.
I have only one.
I have to have two for each side. They were like $40 a piece.
Wow.
They are 50 if you buy them from Walthers. They're 30 if you buy them, or 40 if you buy them from Amazon.
Well, I dread the day that I'm going to actually have to start ever changing out turnouts. I've probably got 30, 35 Atlas turnouts. And some of them work okay. Actually, most of them I've tweaked. And, I've got some bugger turnouts that don't want to work right. But I'll tell you what, that double slip that I added, that works really well. I was surprised. So, but I don't know if I would actually at this point have to change over to Pico. I'd like to. They'd be more reliable, but it would cost me a fortune. I think I'll just keep working with what I have.
Ooh. 7 curve turnouts on the way out. Yeesh. 7. That's a lot.
Hey, Rick. Okay.
That hurts my pocketbook just thinking about it.
Oh, Rick says he handled 3 6-inch lengths of track inside his Walther engine shed. That's the extent of your handling. I'm not even going to do that much, but I'll bet it looks really good.
Yeah.
Fred Wild, I used Atlas turnouts when I was young. I'd rather go back to them now.
Yeah.
I can never go back to them.
It's crazy how much problems I've had. Like, I also found out if you don't have the turnout correctly, it'll derail your train, and then every single car that goes over it gets derailed. Then you get rage and you just walk out of the room.
Oh, I've been there.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes I'm trying to figure out whether it's the track or the cars. You get everything, and I've got so many bugger spots on mine that,
oh yeah, and
then
like
I'll bad order a car because it derails there all the time, and then it sits, and then all of a sudden I put it back on, it runs fine.
Yeah.
So is it the car or the track?
Yeah, and like I laid my track, like when I tweaked my track, I laid it for one locomotive because that's the locomotive I mainly run, and that locomotive runs perfect on it. But I bought a new one that's the exact same locomotive, and it derails. Like, I'm like, come on, I can't make it work for everyone.
Well, I don't understand why you can run stuff for a while and something will run great over the same spot. Take it back, the next day, and it doesn't want to run worth crap. It gets frustrating. You finally get to the point where you're just like, I'm done. I'll do something else.
Yeah, and how does a train know when you're not supposed to be running a railroad and you're supposed to be doing something else, and it doesn't work? Like, it just does not work.
Mm-hmm.
It knows somehow.
Well, yeah, and then you'll get a short in your track work.
Yep.
That you can't, and all of a sudden, and then it works again. It's like, wait a minute, and try to find it. Oh, that's it.
Well,
let's see.
Shall we talk about some scenery?
Sure.
How much?
What's people's favorite part of doing scenery?
Using 50 pounds of sculpt mold.
50 pounds of sculpt mold.
I think I'm up to like 100 by now.
How about making it?
Yeah, that's a good point. Why don't you tell them how you made it?
I would never do that again. Not for the money I saved. I mean, it's easy to do. It's simple. You take cheap toilet paper and your wife's immersion blender and tear it up and just shred it as fine and mushy as you can, and then squeeze out all the water and dry it. Put it in the oven for, I think it was 250 for about an hour and a half, and dry it. Then put it back in the bucket with the immersion blender and grind it up again. So it's just this fine powder. Mix it 50-50 with plaster of Paris, and and water, and there you got sculpt mold. And it takes too long to do. I would never do it again.
Yeah, well, does anyone use the Woodland Scenics sheet, like the Sculpta sheets? I think whatever they're called, former sheets. Yeah.
Shaper sheets.
Yeah, those. I've never used them, but I've heard a lot of people be like really good for like not rock faces, like small hills or something where you don't want to have to build it up.
Well, I think that's kind of like, isn't it like the plaster cloth that they put casts on your arms, something similar to that?
Yeah, I think it's like a hard foil that has like a felt surface on top, and then you
okay, that's right. You could bend it. Okay.
Yeah, and then you put a special plaster. Of course, they made special plaster to get more money out of us, but
Mm-hmm. Well, going back to the railroad that I hand laid track on and growing up on, that's where my model railroading came from. But they used, and I swear they used hydrocal with thick shop paper towels dipped in hydrocal over a chicken wire mesh. And you could walk on the mountains. You never want to move them.
yeah.
No, seriously, they were so strong. You could get up on the bench work. Well, you had to in a lot of places because you couldn't access it unless you actually walked on it. But yeah, you could stand on the mountains. It was so strong. I don't know if anybody would do anything like that now.
Yeah. Well, Norman says lightweight shredded insulation. I know like a lot of people have used like the 2-inch pink foam, and you just build that up and then carve it. It's so carvable. Right. And what do you put, like a little layer of plaster or sculpt mold on top?
I don't know. Actually, I've done a little bit of the pink extruded foam board for mountains, and actually you can carve them and they look really good. I don't know if you'd even want to cover them up with sculpt mold because they actually look pretty real. It's just that pink foam tends to be a little bit expensive for most people, and I'm going with the the sculpt mold and spackling paste. Yep. And Roy's suggestion I think that's awesome. It's lightweight, it's cheap, and it works. So that's what I'm going to do for scenery.
Yeah. Well, shall we halt this conversation while we have our intermission?
Oh, sure.
After the break.
Hey guys, welcome to the intermission. Warned you, if you don't send us some pictures and videos for our intermission content, you're going to get ours. So we didn't have anything this week, and Shannon being gone, we got Simon running things, and he needed some content for our intermission. So here it is. So what I've done is a major yard redesign using, again, an Atlas switch, but this time it is a double slip switch, and it actually changes the whole feel of the yard, because now makes one of the staging tracks, actually it can be a long runaround, or power can come in from one end, bring in with a train, cut off, and go to the roundhouse, and vice versa. That just opens up some great possibilities. I'm also using second-hand switches, so I had to pull one out of the yard for a runaround that I had and tie it in with the double slip, and that, I think it's going to work great. I think it's going to work actually better than I thought. The barge and float deal hasn't changed at all. It's gonna work. I still got to figure out power packs and all this good stuff. But okay, guys, we're gonna get back to the show, and please send us some pictures and videos, anything. We need to see your layouts, not ours. So you guys enjoy the rest of the show, and I will talk to you really soon. Bye.
Hey, well, we are back. Well, thank you, Steve, for that. That was really good intermission, actually.
Oh boy, you have to see mine.
Like to see.
Yeah, see, because
I like to see the updates.
Well, that's because nobody wants to send us in some stuff, so now you get to see ours.
Yeah, and we might be featuring who we have next week. I think New Fenris Railroad said we might be able to use some of his videos. I believe. Or I'll be jumping in next week.
Well, I'd like to see yours, Simon. I think you need to show one.
You just want to see my 50 pounds of sculpt mold.
I do. I think everybody does.
Am I gonna have to drill a bit through it and then take a picture of how deep it is?
You're gonna have to do a core sample.
Yeah, I'm telling you, because my mountain goes like this, but my ski slope needs to be like this, and I didn't want to build up stuff down here, so I just popped a bunch of sculptum. It only took like a week to dry fully.
I was gonna ask you how long did it take to dry?
Well, I ran into some problems for thin sculptum. I guess it was too humid one of the days, so it didn't dry completely. And then I started getting some pink mold on top, so I had to essentially wipe it off and then put fans and dehumidifier in the room to get it to dry properly because it wasn't drying.
Pink mold. Ooh.
I
Okay.
looked it up and I don't think it's dangerous, but it was just a little worrious. But it dried up fine and it went away, so that's all good.
Oh boy, that's weird. Okay. So that anybody else got some suggestions on scenery before we go to the next subject? Let me see.
So Norman says shredded insulation blown into the air and mixed with plaster of Paris. What he uses.
No, what kind of shred? The fiberglass or just the pink stuff?
Does not say.
Doesn't say.
Well, I guess it's just us two this morning because Joe hasn't responded.
No,
Be an interesting one.
it has.
I can't.
Oh, Leslie had to leave. Okay. See you later, Leslie. Well, Gary Corbin, let's see. He says he's been hoarding a bag of cellulose insulation for more than a decade. Ooh. Tell us more about that. I'm curious.
Brian says.
I've got a lot of old insulation. Well, not old. It's old new insulation I've never used.
Yeah.
How would you?
Hey, look, that date on the cup, that's my birthday.
What's your birthday?
It's in 2003, like the date on your coffee cup.
2003. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's Train Mountain.
Oh.
That's funny because I have a 2003 Toyota Tacoma.
Well,
so if you were born in 2003, you're the exact same age as my granddaughter.
Oh, that's cool.
So there you go.
Well, I was really
one young man and one old man.
I bring down the average age by a lot.
Well, I think you're gonna touch a lot of people.
Yeah, I hope so.
Especially since you're running this thing. You're the quarterback.
Yeah, or I'm gonna get fired next week by Shannon, or we fire Shannon.
Oh, you guys are gonna have to fight for quarterback. Okay. Yeah, because it ain't gonna be me.
We'll have a duel.
Okay. Yeah, well, let's throw out in chat, Shannon or Simon.
Yeah. I just like to point out that I have the audio fixed. I can mute us during the intermission so we don't have to talk. We can bitter all we want during it and no one can hear us.
Oh, I like that.
Shannon can't do that.
Shannon can't do that. Well, we're going to have to figure out, well, we definitely have tech learning curve.
Yeah.
And the community has been very supportive of our learning because, like we said before, we don't do this for a living. This is just for you guys. It's all about the community.
Yeah. And if anyone ever wants to donate anything for us to give away or anything like that, just email us. The email's right there, I think. A little email, we'll respond quickly.
Also want to say hello to Vinny, BNSF 6951. Hello.
Yeah, and
how are you doing, friend?
Norman says he has shoes older than me.
I've got shoes older than you. I've got shoes that are 30 years old, at least. So yeah. Okay.
And by the way,
Traffic.
guys, we love Shannon. We don't mean anything harmful to him. We're just some
Oh, we
playful
love Shannon.
bickering. Yeah, Shannon's awesome.
Yeah.
He'll take over next week. I think he does it a lot better than I can.
You guys are gonna have to duke it out.
Yeah, I think we'll go back and forth, give each other a break so we can be better prepared for each week. I know I was excited to do this. I've been waiting a whole week
Well,
for this.
well, yeah, we kind of did some tests through the week just to make sure this was even going to work.
Oh yeah. There's probably at least 5 hours of live streams on my channel that are hidden from the public, just testing things out and getting OBS set up. It's a learning curve.
Well, and all the messages I got from you during the week. Hey, can anybody test? And I couldn't do it. I couldn't because
Yeah.
I was busy. So we got it figured out. Oh, Vinny says, "Who's the young man?" Vinny, this is Simon Saucy.
It's moi.
This is moi. This is Simon, and don't be so saucy, Simon.
Sorry, I can't help. I was the guy lurking in the background on our previous show that we moderated. We won't speak the name.
No, but you know, it's funny because I had never seen what, it's funny when you finally meet people online. And I heard your voice before the face, and it's like, now wait a minute. Okay. So we talked, and I said, Simon, how old are you? And you told me, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. You can, if you want to tell everybody how old you are, that's cool, but I'm not going
I'm
to.
16, but I get to drive next week.
Born in 2003. Okay.
December 2003. Kind of a bummer because every sport I do, I'm a year older for the sport. Kind of bad.
Well, my granddaughter was born in August of 2003, so that dates me.
Yeah. And my December birthday probably, oh gosh, it's snowing. Probably has something to do with why I love snow.
I like snow as long as I don't have to shovel it.
Well, see, this is not model railroad related at all, but it kind of is, because my railroad is based on a ski area in Utah that we went and visited, and I really liked it. I want something to model. But I actually have, well, you guys know, everyone behind the scenes knows, I have a snowmaker that I can make snow with, like the smaller version of what the ski areas do. So it's fun to see drivers' reactions in the morning when I see a whole tree covered in snow and then a nice big pile of it. To see them just go, what?
Well, you do more than the model railroading. You make drones.
Yep.
You make drones. Which there you go.
FPV drone, first person drone. But this is not model railroad related at all.
No, of course. Well, no, we're talking age too. Chuck, he's saying his youngest was born in 1989. Oh, I got you beat, man. My youngest was born in 1983 with 3 granddaughters.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should talk about a little reminder again. This is our topics. We have track work, which we are covered in the middle of scenery, and then power systems and wiring. Because I know actually a lot of people enjoy power systems and wiring. I know it's fun for me because drones like this are home built, so they're soldering, and I know some people hate soldering, but I actually quite enjoy it as long as I don't burn myself. Because if you have the right tools, it's very easy, and like I never used to. So when I didn't know how to solder, I'd literally use wire and hot glue it to the track. It worked quite well actually.
Wow.
And it's It's funny going back and looking at my old solder joints, like soldering two wires together, how bad that used to be, and then today how decent it is.
Well, I think the best thing somebody can do for that would be to learn how to solder. I mean, learn how to do it right, and that will make your life so much easier.
Yeah.
So much. Okay. I'm going to take a quick time out because I got a cat yowling.
Cat yelling?
So,
Okay.
Yep. I will be back in uno momento.
Okay, guys. So, what's your favorite part of scenery? I know mine is probably, well, I like the build up of building the scenery and then like actually doing the minor stuff like the grass, the snow, the buildings stuff. I think buildings kind of goes with scenery because it's in there as well. Um, I like scratch building buildings comes from I like building stuff and inventing stuff. It's fun. I even have a 3D printer back there. I'm working on that stuff. What is your favorite part in chat? Rick says he hasn't started scenery yet. Like, are your railroads based in the summer? What's your favorite season? Because that's a whole nother thing you can do. You can even have railroads have like part season is spring, and one that's fall.
Well, that's kind of what I'm doing. Mine's gonna. You gave me the idea of putting a ski scene in,
Yeah.
kind of sort. So part of mine's gonna, be that. Also, want to just point out Brian is in chat. He's had some technical issues, so we do have our brother Brian of the Denver Rio Grande Western Iron Horse route. So welcome, Brian. Yeah, we've had our own technical issues.
Colonel Murphy. Oh, how dare you?
Colonel Murphy. Oh,
We'll
yeah.
see.
We just called it Murphy's Law, but I like Colonel Murphy better.
Yeah. We'll see what you guys don't know behind the scenes. I went through, let's see, 3 webcams, uh, 2 microphones this morning. We tried a lot of stuff to get the best quality we could, and we ended up on the simplest thing. Wonder how it always comes to that.
Yeah, we're gonna keep trying to change things so we can get it better.
Yeah. And remember, every Saturday at 10 a.m., we will be live from around the globe coming to your frontal lobe.
Frontal lobe, yeah, that's gonna be. Oh boy, that's
our new theme.
new thing. Yeah, I like that.
Oh,
Well, if you want to just tune into Saturday mornings for a good laugh, you can do that too.
Yep.
Especially when there's only 2 of us. It was a lot easier when we had 3 and 4.
Yeah.
So who's going to join us? Because we still want to have live guests on here. We have Roy Smith from Panama, and we've got another one in the bullpen in the wings, ready to go. Not ready to go, but willing to go. So when we can hook up with him, that's going to be another awesome guest. I'm not going to let any more about that out, but yeah, we've got another live guest lined up. Oh, we got Possum Bayou. Hello, how's it going?
Yeah. And we'll get some new people on here, I'm sure. If anyone, yeah, again, if anyone in chat wants to join us, there's still time to do so. Well, not today, but next week you can join us. Send us an email, comment down below once this is done if you want to join us. Really,
very cool.
Yeah.
Claude, Cowboy Valley, and Timberline Railroad Junction. He's going to try to set up for next week. That would be awesome, Claude. That would be great.
Yeah, and really, we want you guys to join. This is your show. We're doing this out of our love for model railroading. We are not making any money off of this whatsoever. In fact, we're spending money to get you guys, hopefully, what you enjoy.
You owe me money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, it's John 2618. He's watching from Costa Rica. Wow.
I guess we are around the world, around the globe, even
I
though we don't
didn't
have
know
Shannon.
that. Okay, we've
Although,
got Australia, Costa Rica, the UK, and Panama. Wow. Very, very cool.
okay, here's a good question on scenery. Do you do your scenery all at once, or do you do it a couple projects at a time? Like, do you sit down and you do the whole layout in a few days, or do you do, I'm going to do this little corner, then this, and then join them all together? Uh, Really good question.
Well, for me, I do a little bit at a time.
Yep.
You know, there's no way I could do it all at one time. Then, you know, but then you get doing other things. I started, you know, the sculptum, all the mountains and the painting, and then all of a sudden I'm back on track work, you know, and ripping stuff out and adding things. So I guess you bounce back and forth from track work to scenery, at least in my case. There's no way I could do all the scenery at one time.
Yeah, BNSF 6951 says he does it one project at a time. River Valley, I do it in sections.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Iron Horse. I'm glad.
Good to see you, Brian.
Yeah,
I'm
good to
glad
see you,
you're
Brian. Someone from Costa Rica. Is it warm there?
He says
Snowing
it's
outside.
80 and sunny. Oh my
It's
goodness.
20 degrees and snowing. It's a blizzard outside.
Well, my snow's melting, so that's a good thing. You know, around here, you know, we don't get the snow like you do, Shannon. Ours is pretty rare, but it did put my power out for 3 days, which was fun.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, the past 3 days have been like 50 and 60-mile-an-hour winds, like trees falling left and right.
That's nuts.
Okay. Well, oh, Sean McGee says, doing small sections a little bit at a time to get so I don't do a bunch poorly, or
Mm-hmm.
it's great. It's better than doing a bunch poorly.
Oh, come on, Vinny. 68 and sunny in Arizona. Oh, don't rub it in. I guess it never rains in Arizona.
Yeah. Well, okay. So again, guys, if you want to join us next week, again, send us emails. We'll respond to you. We'll get it set up.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to have a crazy setup. You use your phone. That is perfectly fine. Doesn't have to
That's
be.
what I do.
Yep.
I use a cell phone and Google Hangouts, but we might be changing that. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Yeah, we'll get it figured out. Whatever works for you.
Yeah. You gotta have an email. Just
Yep.
you know, give us an email and
Just need a Google account. Yeah.
and you're here.
Yep.
But I think, you know, we're kind of getting short on time, so I'm thinking maybe, you know, let people promote their channels and say how many, you know, their subscribers, and whatever you guys want to say in chat. Just, you know, let us know. Because Rick Bailey, 23 in snow flurries.
Yeah.
Good morning, Rick.
It's snowing pretty good outside.
Yeah. Let's see. Simon Saucy, what part of the country are you in? Jerry Satterdale wants to know where you are, Simon.
I'm in Pennsylvania, the easternmost of the USA. The place where all the West people get snow and we get rain.
Yeah. Chuck says it's 21 and 80% chance of snow, but I think you're southeast Oregon, I guess, right?
Oregon.
I'm southwest.
Yeah. Well, maybe sometime in the future. We're trying to make a trip up to like Oregon and Seattle, so maybe we'll come visit you, Steve.
There you go. Hey, we're gonna try to put something together with Train Mountain this spring. So I know at least, you know, Chuck, CDP 1965. I'll be there with Chuck, and anybody else that wants to, you know, head to Southwest Oregon. We'll have a nice meet and greet at Train Mountain.
Yeah. Well, shall we touch on our last topic quickly? Is wiring, power systems and wiring.
Yeah.
just very quickly, while we still have time. We don't have a lot of
Well, we
time.
got let's see, we got Vinny. Let's do this. Vinny 3607. Sean's Train 73. Dwight Curley 137. Wilmer 565. Dale 106. Did I say that? Dale PR, I got once. Okay, 106.
DNSF 6951 has 3,600.
Yeah, Ken Griffith 132. John at the Schuylkill Valley Railroad 290.
Hey, that's not far from me. If it's the right Schuylkill Valley.
Claude 149.
CDP 1965 is 149.
That's Chuck.
Chuck, yep, Chuck.
Chuck's
Sorry,
gonna be
130.
Chuck and I are going to be at Train Mountain.
Yeah, that'll be cool. You guys have
At least
to.
we'll have fun.
You'll have to
We're
send
gonna
us
have
some
a good
video.
time. Let's see. BNSS. I want your hat. No, wait a minute. Who, my hat?
You can't have your hat. That's illegal. I mean, no. It's for sale at the right price.
Actually, I don't know where you would get. This was a gift. This I
$2
got an
million?
engineer friend out of Weed, California, and yeah, he gave me this hat. I don't know where you could even get one. It's a Central Oregon and Pacific.
Okay, guys. So, we've talked about sub counts quickly.
Back to wiring.
Yeah, we talked about sub counts quickly. Do you guys have any new videos you want to shout out quickly? And as we're getting to the end, we're going to talk about everyone's live streams coming up this week in a little bit. 2 minutes. We have about 5 or 10 so minutes left.
Sparky's in chat. Hello, Sparky.
Good morning. It's still morning.
Oh, it's still morning.
Yeah. So, what do we have for live streams? You know, that's normally Brian's job.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm usually busy on the live, so.
I know we have us on.
I know we got Vinny on Fridays.
We have Vinny on Fridays, us on Saturdays. I know we have Sparky on Wednesdays. Shout your guys' streams out in the chat.
We got Wilmer on Tuesdays. You're gonna, hey, jump in, guys. Let's put your live streams so we don't have to remember what they all are.
Yeah, we're missing crucial members of our team.
Vinny, he's got a premiere video coming out at noon today.
Let's see. We have Roy Smith. When's his live stream? Is that
he does
Sunday?
Saturday mornings he does a layout update, and
yep.
Tuesdays he does I forget what it's called. Yeah, a lot of that. We've got a lot.
Yeah.
Let's see. Denver. Come on, Brian. You're in chat. You get this stuff out.
Yeah, Brian.
Dispatch.
We're counting on you. Yeah, dispatch. There it is.
Thank you, Norman. Dispatch. Tuesdays, Roy Smith, dispatch. Yeah.
Yeah, well, we are coming to the end of the stream. Maybe we'll go a little over today. Seems to be going actually decently well. Better than we expected.
Let's see.
Anything last you want to...
Oh, they're not bad. Mondays, not bad. Thank you, Wilmer. Not bad.
And again, if you want to share your videos, you can link them in the chat right now. I believe link sharing is allowed. Send us your videos or give us permission to, if you want to, pull from your YouTube channel so we can get an intermission. You can be featured like Steve was this week.
We got permission from Bill at New Fenris Railroad to use his, so we're going to use yours too, Bill.
yeah, maybe we'll have a little longer of an intermission next week.
All we need is your permission. We'll steal it off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Tom's Trains and Things, Monday at 8. Thank you, Sparky. I want your shed, Sparky. Man, talk about a man cave.
Yeah.
That's killer. That's killer. Man, you put a big screen and a cooler out there, I'd never leave. I wouldn't even need the big screen.
Yeah.
Tuesdays. Oh, On Track Tuesdays. Thank you,
On track,
Sparky.
yep.
On Track Tuesdays.
Wednesday's Sparky. Wednesday night at 7 is Sparky.
Sunday morning coffee and trains. What is that? John at Schoolkill. He said you got Dale. Okay. Sunday morning coffees and trains. Okay. That's cool.
Well, before we go, I want to share something. So, I'm a pilot in training, full-scale pilot. I've done solos. So I was
Are you
up.
serious?
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
I was up flying the other day, and I was actually I found a train going down a railroad near us, down near Philly. I forget what the railroad's called. I don't remember. But I was able to chase it for a while. It was actually pretty cool to see how they do it. We actually got to see them working on the track. I think derailed or got very close to it because it suddenly stopped very fast.
Mm-hmm.
So that was interesting. It's actually kind of fun to go around, and like once you get an aerial view, you can see so much more of what they're doing, and you can go see what they're up to. It's really fun. It's even different kind of rail fanning.
I think you need to get some video of that and share that. That is awesome. I had no idea you were. See, we learned something. I had no idea you were a pilot.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to do that. So that is, rail fan from an airplane. That is pretty cool. Get some videos.
And Sparky says John 2618. Not sure if he's still in chat. Is also a pilot.
Wow. Let's see. Wilmer, trains on Tuesday with David Atkins. So there you go. Got that.
Okay, well, I think we're coming to the end of our stream.
I think,
pretty well.
we're getting long on tooth.
Yeah, anyone else want CSX? That's what's there. There we go. Thank you, Jerry. Anything last you guys want to add? Any last comments, last wishes? Want to tell us? We have about a minute or 2 minutes left.
Well, I want to thank everybody for hanging in with us. I mean, 60 minutes with you and me, that's pretty cool. I didn't think we'd make it this long. So I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being part of this.
Yeah.
It makes us happy, What about you, Simon? I can't even see you. There you are.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. It was a fun show. Shannon will be back next week. Hopefully we'll have more people. No more power outages, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And
well, I know Joe G wanted to be here this morning, but being a
life
first
happens.
responder firefighter, man, you never know what's going to happen. So Joe's wants to be here, and maybe next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay. What are you doing, Shannon or Simon?
I was just texting in chat, interacting with chat.
Oh, is that what you're doing? Okay.
I have my
I was
tablet over
watching
here.
chat, and I hear nothing. You guys are awesome, I swear. Everybody in chat is awesome.
Okay, well, thank you guys for joining us. Do you have any last comments, Steve, before we end our show?
No, I just can't wait till next week and keep this going. Just want to thank everybody for coming.
Yeah.
and just hanging out with us.
Yeah, make sure to
And
check out.
and being patient.
Yeah. Make sure to check out each other's videos. That's what we do as a community. Support each other. The chat will be left open for a little bit longer. Actually, if we want to keep talking for the next 30 seconds, I can something real quick. Take it away, Steve.
Oh yeah. Well, go ahead.
Well,
I can talk for 30 seconds. I'm listening to my dog in the background licking the cat dish. So I had to get up and feed the cat. Now the dog's in there licking the dish. So that's the thumping in the background. See, this is the real world. I got animals here that they don't care if I'm live.
Yeah. Well, I'll throw this out to you guys. I'm gonna try to post the link again for the Google form. I know we have a few people entered. The link wasn't working. I'm not sure why. I'll figure that out. Yeah, if you guys, I don't know, are you okay with this, Steve? Maybe we go a little longer if everyone's liking this morning. Want to keep covering topics? You guys think in chat?
I don't care. That's a
Yeah, and a reminder. So right now we should be talking about power systems and wiring, which I think is what makes a railroad run, literally. So you have to do it right, and doing it right can fix almost like I've had it like bad tracks where they don't connect. Like turnouts, switch frog turnouts. Like if you don't want to use a switch frog, I know you can. You cut the two rails in the middle and then power them. Two rails are next to each other. So there's no power within the frog, but then you power the middle of the turnout so you don't get shorts. Because I know, if you have the turnout in a certain position, you can short it out. That should make your whole railroad go down.
I haven't had that problem.
I had to do that to my turnouts because I was having the problem. It would go over the turnout and it would just stop.
Well, no, with my turnouts, the Atlas ones, if I have a problem, I throw them away, and I spend another $2 and buy another one that doesn't work, and I throw that one away. But nah. No, my wiring is simple. It's all DC, so mine's simple.
Yeah. Okay.
Rimco, come on.
Oh.
Let's
So, what do you guys do for your power systems? How do you power it? I know for me, I use FlexTrack and I connect all the rails, but I think it's 3 pieces of FlexTrack. I wire it up to. I have a main bus that runs under my layout, and feeder wires that go up to the track every about, 6 feet or so of track, or 3 feet or so of track. I'll power it so I can make sure I get continuous power. What do you guys do for powering?
Well, we got BNSF N scale jumping in real fast. Hello. We're running along, so we made it. Let's see. I don't know about that, Chuck. He asked isn't DC and DCC wiring pretty much the same? I can't answer that question.
Yeah. It mainly is because DC, if I understand it right, it controls how much electricity goes to the tracks to make the train speed up and slow down. But DCC has a constant power running, and then the decoder inside your locomotive determines how fast to make the motor spin. Kind of like electronic speed controller, if anyone's ever built anything with an ESC. But the wiring, at least I did the wiring exactly the same. I know if you have a big layout, you want to split it up into multiple circuits, so if you short out part of it, it doesn't affect your whole layout. I only have one. But mainly everything connects to, I use the NCE system, so everything connects to the main box. Just 2 wires connect to it, and it constantly feeds at 24 volts.
Because I don't know if you looked at the wiring in my lab. I don't even know if you could make it DCC. It's serious old school DC wiring with blocks. So actually, it's easy to find a short because I've got toggle switches to turn blocks on and off. I've got 2 cabs, and it's all I mean, this is all basic stuff that I learned when I was a kid. I don't even want to go with DCC right now. So it's easy for me to find a short because I just shut the blocks off and I can find it.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, what did you ask?
Dale BNSFN scale. Tell Ron Marsh happy birthday today. Okay, happy birthday, Ron. I did not know
Birthday.
that.
ECC plus plus plus. I've actually never heard of that. Not sure. A different kind of DCC? Does it use a different protocol than
I don't know,
normal?
but Sparky says he's run 70 feet a track right now with 1 feeder wire DCC.
One? I have like
One.
10, not 10, 5 on my, it's a 4x8, probably 40 feet of track, 50 feet of track, about 10 of them, not 10, 5 of them, that all run, there's a central bus that goes under, and they all just feed into there. I have a secondary bus on either side of the layout to hook up for, because my layout, I'll have working ski lifts, hopefully, and lights, so I have 2 other buses I put in that are 12 volts or 7 volts, they're switchable, or whatever they take, so I can control them through my DCC system. I'll just buy the little decoders, or you can make your own, so you can control them directly from the controller, or a little switch on the layout.
Interesting. Let's see.
So Schuylkill Valley says DCC Plus uses the same protocol, but it is built cheaper. Is it? Was that what the NCE starter kit would be classified as? Because like I know NCE just uses the module that you put into your layout where your cab plugs in. Well, your cab is your main. It has all the brains, so it has to run. But like Digitrax has its own box that controls everything.
Yeah, I'm just going back. I was looking at Barn Full of Trains, and I agree with you absolutely. DC, you have to insulate the track, or you will have shorts, and all the trains try to run at the same time.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay.
Well, I knew someone. I don't know how he did it. Well, the person who actually got me into model railroading at our old house before I was alive, there was someone right our next door who had a giant layout. We used to go there every Christmas and a few other times a year to run trains. And before he upgraded to Digitrax, he used, I guess, a lot of multiple circuits. I'm not exactly sure how he did it, but he was able to essentially do what DCC does, but with DC, which was very interesting.
Wow. Sean McGee, DCC is inexpensive and uses readily available audio components. Is that I can't even say that. Components, okay.
Brian mentions that I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right. True Steel. I'm sorry if I butchered that. I'm very sorry. Has a video coming out later today, I think. So, guys, make sure to tune into that. If he does, put it down in chat. And we'll make sure to get that done so you can get some more views on it. Get more popular. Because that's what we do here. We support our community members and help everyone out the best that we can.
No, share your channels.
Yeah,
absolutely. And it, like we said, if you send a video in for intermission, we'll run your channel on the
and you'll get credit for it and everything, and hopefully I know I've gotten some new subscribers and stuff from this, so thank you guys for that. I'm sure everyone else has. I mean, as a community, we can help each other grow. As we grow, as one person grows, they can help other people grow, because hopefully once you reach a certain point, you won't need help anymore and you'll be able to grow on your own. But the first starting out is the hardest thing. So I know that.
And making mistakes.
Yep.
Let's see. I think we probably getting short on time. We probably ought to wind this up pretty soon. What do you think, Simon?
I think so. Well,
Wow. What
thank
a
you
great
guys.
morning.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. Sorry if we had any technical difficulties. After the show, the chat will continue to run for a few minutes. There are less stories in there. Be safe out there if it's snowing. I know it's snowing by me. Actually, a cloud just went by. Yeah, go have fun on your railroads. I think I'll go work on mine. A little work to do this Saturday, but yeah, go enjoy your Saturday. Have fun with family. Keep safe.
Yep.
Any last
and I'll
things,
see
Steve?
what I can get done on mine.
Yeah. If you want to join us for the show, email us. The email is right there. Back on track moderators at gmail.com. Yeah. Any videos, anything, leave it. You can go to permission in chat. You can email us. I'll post the Google form down below. Also, there's links to most of the people who participate in the show down in the description. Make sure you go check them out. There's also a link to our Facebook page where we keep updates. Hopefully, I'll make sure to post the Google Drive link and the Docs link in the Facebook page later today. That's all in the description below. Make sure you go check it out. And thank you guys for tuning in.
Yep. Make sure you check everybody's channels, hit the thumbs up, and subscribe. Somebody wants to come.
thank you guys all for joining us. Make sure to catch us next week. Same time, 10 p.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or whatever time you are. Make sure to go check out everyone's live stream. Thank you guys for joining us. See you guys next week.